Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure video. Today, we're going to be doing a cape swap. I have this theory that McFarlane, or either the factory they used, messed up the capes between the Adam West Batman and the Hugo Strange's Batman. This Adam West Batman, it looks great, it is almost perfect, except that it has this cape that is longer to his feet. And yes, a Batman dragging his cape behind him is nothing unusual, but Adam West's cape is significantly shorter, and it just sort of throws off the aesthetic of the entire figure. Makes for a good action figure, but not accurate at all. And then we have Hugo Strange's Batman. This guy's cape is a little bit on the short side. Not too bad, but he's supposed to be posing as a regular Batman, so his cape could easily drag on the floor behind him, and that would be quite appropriate. So, I thought maybe I could swap these capes out. Now, when I say they got mixed up, I don't mean at the factory they put the wrong cape on the wrong figure, but they were either given the wrong instructions to assemble them that way, or maybe they just mixed up. Who knows? I'll never know. But if my theory is correct, they will both be significantly improved by a cape swap. So as you can see what I mean, turn them around, and their capes almost look like they don't match the bodies. I'd love a Batman with a long cape dragging, but it's just not Adam West. And Hugo Strange very well could be him. Now Hugo Strange is also on the Three Jokers Batman body, which is a little bit taller than the Adam West body, and a longer cape probably won't even drag on him. This is why I believe what I do, plus figures coming out around the same time. Who knows? So I got an extra Adam West Batman and Hugo Strange's Batman for this purpose. I want to keep one as is, and then I want to cape swap the other one, which is probably going to be an improvement, but for all I know, it's going to completely mess up the figure. I'll try to walk you through the process of how I'm going to do this, and hopefully it all works out the way I expect. So the first step, I heated them up. I didn't use hot water because I didn't really want to put the cloth capes into hot water. Normally I do that because it's just kind of easier, but I used a hairdryer this time. Would use my heat gun, but honestly I'm scared of it. Last time I used it, I melted figure, so I'll have to practice on something expendable. In the meantime, I popped up their heads off. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as that. I'm going to have to next heat up this area, lift for this plastic cowl piece, and see if I can get the cape off that way. Hopefully it's not glued on. I'll find out. Sometimes they're attached in ways that make you sort of destroy the cape, but I'm anticipating this to come off with fair ease, at least hopefully. And on Adam West here, I'll have to heat up a little neck piece and try to raise it up. I doubt it'll come off, and get the cape off. Once that's done, I'll try to heat him up again, and put the proper cape in, heat them up, put the cowl piece down, and hope it all settles nicely. Well, so far so good. Everything appears to be on track. I took Adam West, heated up this piece. You could really lift this whole thing up pretty easily. And the cape, maybe had a little bit of glue on the top. Just peel it out of there. Hugo Strange pulled this piece up. It actually sort of connects as a separate piece on top of this piece, which is attached to him. There was some glue there as well on the cape. So with any luck, I'll heat them up again and try to slide the capes into the other existing places. Here's the Adam West super long cape. Everything looks good on this one. And then here's Hugo Strange's cape. The front doesn't have any cloth, so as long as that can be hidden on Adam West, no problem. But if not, it's going to cause a little issue. Well, I must say, that was a huge pain in the ass. That took a lot of work, more than I expected. Had to heat it up, pry stuff loose, heat it up, try to slide the cape under there, heat it up, pry stuff loose, finally the cape under, oh, came out the other side, blah, 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 blah. But the end result is pretty good. I think I will have to add a little bit of glue to Hugo Strange because of the top part of the cowl, but Adam West seems like he's working okay. Now, the cape lengths look fantastic, very appropriate for each figure. I can only imagine this is how it was supposed to be originally, but I could be wrong. So, here's a look at Adam West with the new cowl. Now the neck part was really big because of Hugo Strange's fat neck. Originally the cape was under this top piece, you can sort of see the line there, but in order to make it work, I had to put it under this lower piece, and fortunately that existed. Had to heat it up, use sort of a flat object to lift it up, slide the cape underneath. You can kind of see the copper wire there a little bit. I might add a tiny bit of glue to the front just to press it down, but it's working pretty good as is. I heated it up, held it down, let it cool off, and it's holding the cape pretty tightly. And of course, the cape length doesn't go down to his feet, a little bit higher, and looks very appropriate for the Adam West Batman. And then Hugo Strange here, this top part is kind of a loose mess. I think I need to add a little bit of glue, at least to the front, and probably some of it to attach to his neck. Then you'll never head swap this guy again, but I don't plan to. The cape length is pretty much perfect. Drags maybe the tiniest bit, but the Three Jokers body is bigger, and I think it works. So let me add a dab of glue at least to the front of that thing on Hugo Strange, and that should make it pretty much done. Went ahead and add a little dab of glue to the front there, and it's keeping the front piece of cowl down just fine, but you can see the back piece is sort of sticking up. I can push it down, and it kind of stays flush, at least for a little bit, but it's a little bit high, and there's a little bit of gap there. Now, I really need to glue the back part down, but what do I glue it to? The cape? That's not secured to anything? I guess I'd have to glue a little bit under the cape, and then above the cape for this thing, but for now, it's going to stay as is. I will say, I do think it improved both the figures. I think the cape lengths look a lot better. This is quite appropriate for Adam West, and this honestly is quite appropriate for Hugo Strange as Batman. So now we have what seems to be the more appropriate cape lengths for the figures. Here they are from the front. You can see how long it is, how short it is, etc. So look at those Adam West guys. That made a big difference. This thing looks ridiculous and makes it honestly kind of unpleasant to handle the figure. It's good for a generic Batman, but not good for an Adam West Batman. And then Hugo Strange here, he has a much longer cape, which isn't necessary, but I think it does look better on this figure, especially for the era that he's trying to sort of impersonate Batman. Here's a look at McFarlane's Hugo Strange's Batman next to the DC Direct version. This one has the Batman head on it because I took that Hugo Strange head and made a custom Hugo out of it. But you can see the cape length is pretty similar. Maybe a little bit longer on this new modified Hugo Strange's Batman, but these pieces go almost all the way down to his feet. And to this guy, it's just a tiny bit longer, but it wasn't short on the original version. Now I'm going to check out this modified Adam West with the shorter cape next to a couple of other Adam West figures to see how accurate the cape really is. Here he is, next to the NECA Adam West Batman, the only other 7-inch Adam West out there, and the cape lengths are quite similar. And here, next to Mattel's 66 Adam West Batman, once again, cape length goes a little bit below the knees, not all the way to the feet, so I'd say pretty similar. And now, next to McFarlane's Batman Classic TV Series Adam West Batman, once again, cape length around down to the knees, not nearly as long as the original cape. So I'd say we have a winner. Here's a look at Batman in that infamous opening scene to the 66 film. He's climbing down a bat rope off the Batcopter, and a shark is literally eating his leg. Robin climbs to the top, where he looks at Batman's inventory. There's a choice between Batman Shark Repellent, Batman Whale Repellent, Batman Manta Ray Repellent, and Batman Octopus Repellent. Grabs it, gives it to Batman, Batman sprays the shark, just setting the tone of how ridiculous the movie is, and it's even more ridiculous than the show. And here, taking on the entire Batman 1966 Rogues Gallery, here's a look at Batman in the club, dancing the Batusi. Here's Batman taking on King Shark with a can of Bat Shark Repellent, and here he is in the sewers, fighting a deranged Killer Croc. Here's Batman in the Batcave, in front of the Batmobile. Here's Batman confronting Bane in the Batcave. Batman's pointing at him and telling him, make sure you look both ways before you cross a street at a crosswalk. And here's Bane, picking up Batman and breaking him like a twig. And then here's the Adam West Batman with all the other movie Batmen. Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, and Robert Pattinson. Here's a look at Hugo Strange in his base. This is my Hugo Strange shelf. We have sort of a mad scientist lair, bunch of experiments, bunch of equipment. It's a little bit more appropriate for Hugo Strange in a lab outfit, but this'll do. Now let's check them out next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Hugo Strange figures. Here he is, next to the DC Direct Hugo Strange as Batman figure. He came with two heads, one Batman head, and then an alternate Hugo Strange head. So this is not the first company to make a Hugo Strange as Batman figure. It looks kind of like Neil Adams or Brayfogle art with the head attached. And then many years ago, I bought that Hugo Strange as Batman. I took that head, put it onto a DC Direct Jimmy Olsen body, repainted him in a black tux, and bam, we have a suited Hugo Strange figure. This is more or less what I wanted to do with the McFarlane head, but it's going to take a little bit more work and patience. And here he is, next to a Diamond Select Toys TV show Gotham Hugo Strange. I actually have 2 of these Diamond Select Hugo Strange figures, one of which was the Select version that came with the diorama piece, and the other one was a Toys R Us exclusive that didn't come with the diorama piece and didn't come with glasses. Diamond Select actually put the offer out there. If you would email them, they would send you a pair of glasses, and they sure sent me one. It's sitting on one of the tables in Hugo Strange shelf. Then, next to a DC Direct, Arkham City Hugo Strange. He's in his lab coat and looks fantastic. And now, next to my shitty, half-assed, temporary custom Hugo Strange. And so here are all of my different Hugo Strange figures. I would love it if McFarlane gave us a comic version of Hugo Strange in a business suit, and then maybe also possibly the Arkham City version to add with your video game figures. I would buy the hell out of both of them. So overall, I would say this significantly improves both the figures. You don't need to get 2 of each figure like I did. If you simply have 1 of each figure, you can cape swap them. And I'm not going to lie, it's not easy. You have to use a lot of heat, a lot of prying, repeat, till you finally get the desired result. But once complete, I'd say it does improve both the figures significantly. I'm happier with the Adam West Batman in particular. I was really excited for that figure, and I still love him, but the cape just made it so awkward and annoying and inaccurate that it bothered the hell out of me. Hugo Strange, not as much. But like I said, both these figures improve from this. I can only imagine that either McFarlane gave the wrong instructions to the factory, or the factory screwed it up before they put it into production. But here we are. So, drop me a line in the comments below, let me know what you think. Is this an improvement? Do you not really care? Just curious what your thoughts are. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press a like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you real soon.